Ako po si Radshi Makatabon from University of Southern Mindanao sa Kabakan, Cotabato. Kami po ang mga karayaang halin
Yes,
rugto
kinaray. Din sa kailigay nun sa Cotabato.
halin kami sa Patnungon, Antique. Ang ganda po ng study niyo, sir, yung Mariit, no, sir? Maghingi sana ako ng permiso kung pwede ba namin yung maging reference dahil doon po nung kami po ng mga antikinyo na pumunta sa Cotabato, dala-dala po namin yung mga mariit na yan na hindi pwedeng putulin itong mga malalaking puno kasi may tawo nga naga-star, mga something like that, no? So, hindi po kasi yun siya, parang wala po kasing pag-aaral na gano'n. Doon kayo nung narinig ko po yung, sabi ko, pwede pala yung gano'n. So, yun lang po ang sa akin, sir. Napakaganda po ng ideya na binigay ninyo. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, salamat, no. Actually, sa family namin, no, yung in the 1960s, no, ang mga kapatid ng lolo ko nag-migrate to Mindanao, no. So they went to Cotabato, no, especially in Carmen. And so ang parente namon is mostly in Mindanao. And my mother is from Digos, Davao del Sur, no. So konti yung kamag-anak namin sa Antique, no, sa lolo side kasi nag-migrate sila doon, no. Kaya the first time I went to Cotabato, talagang parang weird ang feeling kasi I can hear hiligay noon itinarayan, no, spoken, no, parang umuwi ako sa Antique, no. So Mariit is I'm sure no, Mariit may si Jude, anong pedo ni Jude? Taga Cotabato, si Jude Ortega, no. He has a beautiful collection of short stories, no, about the the Manugbulong, no, and about the Babaylanism, no, in Mindanao, that part of Mindanao, no, because I think the grandfather of Jude is also from Panay. No? So merong libro si Jude Ortega that won the National Book Award, no, for best fiction in English.
Hello, Doc. Good morning. So, what struck me in your talk, aside sa katong Mariit as like a Visayan way of preserving the environment, is the 4 criteria, the environmental imagination. And I'm sure na you're really exposed to the workshop culture here in the Philippines. I just would like to ask if you see these 4 criteria in the writings of our young writers in the Philippines.
Yeah. So no, little by little, no. I'm currently the director of the IAS Lasal National Writers Workshop, no. And as a reference, no, we accept eco-critical works, no, and we encourage that, no, that those who want to be fellows, no, in IAS should submit eco-critical works, and we are very conscious of using the eco-critical lens, no, as the main theory, no, in critiquing, no. So and yes, no, it's because the eco-criticism reader, no, was published in 1994, no. So it's fairly new, no, as a discipline, no, in the academe, yung eco-criticism, no. And I remember I'm the first batch of the new curriculum of the BS Biology when I was in college, and I entered college in 1991, and it's only in 1991, no, that the subject called ecology was included in the curriculum, no. So 1991 bago pa lang yun, no. So and in 1994 may mga literary critics na, no, that was able to fuse the study of the environment and the study of literature, no. So I think that's the way forward, no. But because yun nga, no, so we have an emergency pero hindi tayo nagpapanik, diba? Kasi ang sabi ni Rob Nixon, because it's a slow violence. Di ba? When we do something against the environment, hindi naman kaagad-agad ang effect mararamdaman natin. No? Like, tulad nung binanggit ni Mayor, no? Pinatigil niya yung paggamit ng bottled water. No? Kasi binilang niya, no? Kung may ilang meetings sila the whole day, hundreds of bottles. No? So pag itapon natin yun somewhere, no? Magiging basura yun, pupunta yun sa dagat, hindi immediate yung effect niya. No? Kaya it's a kind of slow violence. That's why we're not panicking. No? So hindi natin nararamdaman kaagad na ay tumataas ng ng 1.5 degrees centigrade. Nararamdaman natin lang minsan the storms are becoming stronger, no? Ngayon ang init, di ba? Na-notice nyo ngayong summer, June na, mainit pa rin pag lumabas tayo, no? So yun, no? So we need to write about it, no? To remind everyone, including ourselves, no, that we are in an emergency, no? Kasi nga ang tawag na ng mga science, point of no return, at hindi na tayo makakabalik sa dati, no? So climate change will worsen, but we can mitigate, no, the effect. We can pwede slow down natin, no, by adjusting our life, no, and be conscious of our carbon footprints. So yun.
I'm a social scientist by profession, no, and I seek enlightenment from you, from the literary people. To my understanding, if we talk about environmental and listening to your talk about, we need to write more about creative works on the environment and all. And I've noticed that there's a certain degree of romanticizing the provincial life, or like this is the freshness, or like reminding us of the world that we once lost. That this, and would this probably encourage more people to travel on the province and thus increasing more carbon footprint kasi nag-tourism na. And then there's this certain encouragement. We have our own gardens and then be self-sustaining, but not also everyone is available. If you in my own point of view as a social scientist, if we're going to have the systemic problems that's plaguing all this economy. And then if writers will continue to write good things about this green environment and all, and then, and how would you I'm just asking your 2 cents of this. If we try to glorify this pure green noble environment, people who are stewards, and in effect it will also increase the chances for them to travel, tourism, to escape the urban jungle, for example. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on this. And then in what way literature could probably escape and beyond romanticizing this environment, and then also understanding the reality that while you have pointed out that capitalism is the main enemy of our ecological problems, in the same time, it's also difficult to escape. And the suggestions that you have made to make our own garden, let's encourage vegetarianism, and if we do that, it's going to starve half of the world population, for example. And these things like this, I just wanted to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, so thank you for that question. No? So actually, Gerard has in his book, Eco has a chapter on the pastoral, no, and the romantic pastoral, no, because like I wandered lonely as a cloud, diba, yung the daffodils, no. So these are the ayoko namang tawaging lowest form, no, of pastoral, no, but it's a romantic pastoral, and it's all a tradition, no, in literature, and while and we cannot, of course, just write about or to write in the tradition of the romantic pastoral, no. So eco-criticism, as a theory in literature, would require us not only to write but also to act. Yun talaga, hindi pwedeng susulat ka lang ng tula tungkol sa strawberry, sa flowers, sa butterfly, no? But you have to do something to protect the butterflies. You have to do something to protect the bees, no? Because the bees are the pollinators, no? Without the bees, hindi mamumulaklak yung mga tanim natin, no? So yun, no? yun kasing eco-criticism, we are writing not ang romantic pastoral kasi parang ano lang siya, no, focus lang siya sa ating human beings, no. But when we do eco-critical writing, no, we are aware, no, that we human beings is only one, no, of the creatures in the world, no, we're one with the bees, no, and with the flowers, no, and I think doing your own garden, and I must admit it's quite a privileged thing, no, because the problem is so big, no, that it's difficult for one person, for one writer to solve it, no, so all I can do, no, is to contribute, no, how minuscule, no, however minuscule it is, no, to the preservation of the environment. And what I'm thinking is simplify my own life, no, simplifying, no. Now that I'm going to retire soon, so I'm planning my retirement, no, a retirement that is eco-friendly. And the one thing that I'm planning to do is to live in a small house, no, have my own garden, plant my own food, no, and perhaps, no, my garden will be a sanctuary for the bees, no, na kasi sa Aningalan, no, while I ended my presentation, no, with a love poem, no, in Aningalan, no, because the context of that is my whole lecture, no. So kasi kung basahin mo lang yung tula ko as a poem, no, na without its context, parang ay napaka-romantic lang naman siya, no. Parang pero it's really, two people decided, no, to be kinder to environment kasi yung Aningalan itself is endangered. No, only last year the Bureau of Geoscience of the DENR wanted to declare the area as mineral reserve. May balak silang minahin yung Aningalan. Sabi ko, so over my dead sexy body, no, hindi pwede. So ang buti na lang, no, the Bishop of Antique, no, organized a group of lawyers. They call themselves AMLIG. No, AMLIG is to take care, and they sued the DNR, no, including all the projects of Loren Legarda. Yung massive esplanade, no, na talagang nilagyan ng semento yung pangitlugan ng mga pawikan, no, and there are roads that would connect Antique to Iloilo, Antique to Aklan and Capiz, and walang environmental compliance certificates, no, so things like that, no, and of course I'm now active with the Hayahay group, no, in Aningalan. It's a group of business owners, no. Konti pa lang mga businesses sa Aningalan, no, and I'm part of the group already, and we are already organizing the Aningalan Arts Festival, no, and we are there to nabantayan yung government na hindi ma-declare ang Aningalan. Well, it's a bigger area, no, and Aningalan is part of that, no, na i-declare siya na mineral reserve, no, nang walang mining. So the threat is real, no, when you live there, no. So hanggang doon lang ang magagawa mo siguro as a writer, no, and to write about it, no. So I think yung sinasabi kong not too late ni Rebecca Solnit, no, aside from writing what is there na maganda pa, and we should also write about the threats, no, of the environment, no. So yun talaga. Oh, I hope I answered your question.
Last year, I was assigned in Semirara.
Semirara.
Semirara is actually part of Antique.
Yeah.
And being a priest there and a member of the Society of the Divine Word, some were asking, why are you there? It's a place where there is coal mining.
Yeah.
But I listened to the stories of the people, the lives that they experienced there before mining, and now that mining is in operation in the place. So that's the context of my question. My question really is this: now, how can we avoid an extremist stand as we advance eco-critical writing? This is quite related to the previous question, because we look at the world from different angles. And as we look at the world, we see different problems. The capitalists see problems in this world, and they want to address that problem, just like what the people in Semirara experienced before. There's a scarcity of supply. And without the capitalists, this need will not be responded to. But when the humanity, those who are specializing in the field of humanities, when we look at the world, you see other problems. And we want to respond to these problems. That's why we want to advance the eco-criticism. But we try to put those people who are not with us in a bad limelight as we advance our advocacy. As we do this, we become extremists. And extremists are actually the worst enemies in this world. They try to advance an idea, and they want other people to embrace this idea to the point that we try to silence other voices. Those other people who see the world from other perspectives, from other views. And that is why we go back to the question, how can we avoid an extremist stand as we advance eco-critical writing? Because this is one world where different people live, different people seeing at the world from different perspectives, and how can we be in harmony with other people with different views, with different stands, but loving the same world because we see different problems in this world and we want to contribute in building a better world.
Okay, no. So extremism, no, I don't know if environmental activism is a sign of extremism, no? Not in the extremism of some religion, for example, no? So that they are willing to kill and others, no? So I think environmental protection, eco-criticism will not call for violence, no? So will not call for violence and will not hurt other creatures, no? Because basically it's a kind of belief, no, that we will respect all life, no? So and I think capitalism should be criticized because that it is now we know that it's not effective, no, in the world, no. So, some scholars already writing about the end of capitalism, no, because in a capitalist society, the poor are becoming poorer, no, and the rich are becoming richer, no. We see that in Philippine society, for example, no, and that Semirara mining is really destroying the island, no. So and that's why part of of living an eco-friendly life, no, is to use renewable materials, no, renewable power, no, like solar power, because we have options, no, and using coal, because coal is being used, no, in power plants, coal-fired, no, and scientists have already established, no, that the fumes, no, from a coal-fired power plant is bad, no, for the lungs, no, of human beings and other creatures, no. So we have to wean ourselves from fossil fuels, no. We have to wean ourselves from destructive power generation, no, like coal, no, because aside from it's being extractive, no, because we can do that actually, no? Like for example, one of the controversies now is the solar power project of Leandro Leviste. Diba? I mean, during the time of Duterte, no, due to the power of her mother, the right, no, to produce, but they did not deliver, no. I think that's the issue now, no. So there is a way, no. So and the way is not easy, no, and there is no quick fix. That's why we have to do this little by little, no. So hindi kasi pwedeng stop na tayo gumamit ng gasolina ngayon, no? Or stop na tayo gumamit ng coal ngayon, no? But we can think of other alternatives, and we can start with ourselves by simplifying our needs, no? Our what we consume, no? We should consume less. I think we can do that little by little, no? And yun nga, no? And actually, last year there was a time, no, na for 3 months I became a vegetarian, no, because of this Australian-American philosopher, no, si Joseph Singer, no. Bumili ako ng libro niya, and she has this short essay, no, about one summer, no, he and his father, they were, namamasyal sila, and they see people, fishing. And then, nung sa pail, may nakitang tatay niya na isda, yung ngumanganga. Sabi na, do you know what's happening to the fish? Sabi ng anak, hindi po. Sabi ng tatay, because it's drowning, because it's not in water. So parang, my God, the next day, ayoko nang kumain ng anything na I meat. Although, 3 months lang, no? Kasi mahirap na i-sustain. But now naman, I'm basically plant-based yung diet ko, no? As much as possible. And yun nga, my dream for retirement is to plant my own food.